Hi, my name is Silantro, and this is going to be another episode of Xiaoyu Q&A. So let's go. So for this Q&A, I actually merged three people. So I will be tagging three people in the description. So I hope they find it, and we are going to read all of them. So I hope you stick with me because it's kind of long. Okay. So first message is from JK2L. Hi, can you show some video on how to engage with Xiaoyu in long distance? I have issues with matchup against two type of opponents. Opponents can do fast mid long range like Law that instant fast kick you before you can move close to them. I felt Xiaoyu range is very short on her attack. Number two, I have issue with engage on people do turtling. Primary primary I think most of my moves need are doing mid high attack, which easily block doing standing block. Then low attack like snake edge, DF3, easy to be react to, and if blocked can easily get punished. So my issues at the moment is I often can't get close enough to do any attack, and if I do get close enough to attack, I get perfect block for all of my options. Also, I think I often, when try to engage, I run into power guard moves. Example given versus King or versus Law. My rank is Shinryu at the moment. Thanks. Now, someone replied in addition to the question, and it's from Lesbon Amis8171. And he or she said, same question as OP, but with Bryan. Bryan is a menace from mid range, and with all the buffs he got, he seems a really difficult matchup for Xiaoyu now. Okay, and then I replied, and then Lesbon replied again, thank you, it's not easy to adapt and fight when we didn't play Tekken since 5. There is so much to learn. So that's going to be the title of the video, and it's going to be adapting to enemies as Xiaoyu. In the other Q&A video, I think it's kind of similar to JK2L's question, so I will just merge them. And the question is from Airball8116. Hello, thanks you very much for everything. It is very informative. I would like to know what would you use in neutral as an offense. I have seen keep out move, but just wanted to know what do you use very often. For example, I know DF1 is super strong, but I struggle to use it. And then I replied, inside the YouTube community that I posted, I actually had a little chat with JK2L. Here's like an extension of his or her question. So he or she said, thanks. Also, can I add a little bit into my QA? Same question, but a bit extended. As I mentioned that I have trouble dealing with people in mid or long range. My biggest problem at the moment, I felt like I get punished just to get closer to enemy into my attack range, especially turtling people who keep moving back. Example given Korean backdash, where people keep moving back and I can't get close to do anything. So my question, what is a recommended safe option when dealing with this situation? Okay, now we did have more chats, and I asked for permission to use his matches. I won't be disclosing his second ID, but we will be watching the match that he is pertaining to together. I actually watched this maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. In addition to that match or that set, he said that I often a bit hesitate on how to get close to my opponent, which kind of lead me to keep try to sidestep and move forward and backward a bit. It kind of show right at the start of round one. This is going to be a different kind of approach. Okay, so I typed in my notepad the points that I will answer for you. Just for this Q&A video, I will be leaving timestamps because because I can feel that this is going to be a meaty video. So because I will be like going from back and forth, and I will be answering so much. So yeah, please just go to the timestamps and see what you want to see. Okay? So, first, we will be watching JK2L's match. I might pause the video or I might pause the match if I have any comments. But if not, I'll just keep going. Okay?
Get ready for the
Okay,
next
so
battle.
now we are going to be watching JK2L's match with the Bryan player that he mentioned. So I leave comments when or rewind if I have to.
Round one. Fight.
Okay, now you told me that this is the round that you had troubles because you are hesitating whether you need to attack or what you can do. So I'll just play this again and then I'll show you one of your mistakes. Okay? Okay. Now first, that raccoon swing is good. It has really long range and it's safe on block or on hit. Now there's no mistake with that, but what happens after is kind of the problem. Okay. So as you can see with that movement, you just did AOP and then you jumped. And I'm pretty sure that you intended to do the AOPU, which is basically standing up from AOP. But then you are limited to this horizontal movement, right? You just go left, right, left, right. You're not doing any side steps, right? You are hesitating. It's so horizontal that your enemy is like expecting you to run or forward. You're not sidestepping. You're not using your RDS stance or RDS. You're not using your AOP transitions. You're not using any feints. So your movement is from here to here. And so since you are, okay, take note, you are a Xiaoyu player. That means that you need to confuse the enemy. And in this literal moment, you are not confusing the enemy. You are just giving him this weird horizontal movement okay, okay, I'll back a little bit. Okay, I'm coming now. Now the Bryan assumed that, so that's why the Bryan chose to do that two-step launcher, right? So if I rewind this and I play it instead, you need to kind of dance a little bit. You need to kind of confuse the enemy on what your next move is rather than being direct. I will say it again, you are a Xiaoyu player. Okay? You should be unpredictable. Now I'll be taking control and I'll do what I would do, basically. Okay? I know this is like recorded, so I was anticipating that attack, but you can see that my movement was all over the place in a good way. You know, it will create this atmosphere that okay, the Xiaoyu is dancing. What should I do? Part of Xiaoyu's strengths is how the enemy changes their thinking. And also, if you saw, each time that I dance, I actually go to Bryan nearer, right? I don't just back away. I still dance, right? I kind of turtle a little bit, but you are being safe with the distance. You need to kind of have a feeling on what your enemy is. And I will be explaining that later after the match. So I'll let this play and then let's see what can I comment more, okay? Also, sorry, I'm being talkative and pausing a lot. That two hit launcher was not your mistake. Remember that. It's basically lucky, right? You got hit. That's it. Sometimes, okay, this video is not a formula for success. Okay, it's not about how to avoid that. But I want you to stick in your mind that it's normal. Okay, this stuff happens. So you didn't get punished, you just got hit. I hope I can continue this match now. So let's go.
Round two. Fight.
Okay, now I'll just go back there. Okay, in that move, that's B41. That's Xiaoyu's B41, and that's going to be minus 14 on block. Okay, so I turned on your command history, and let's see what happens. Okay, so there's the B4 and there's the B1. Okay, so you ducked. Okay, now I know your intention was to heat engage, but you have this much. You can see it in the screen. You have that much health, and you ducked. Right now, on block, B41 is minus 14, and heat smashes, as far as I can recall, are 15 frame moves. So you will be able to block that, but then you ducked, and I'm pretty sure that I don't know. Maybe it's a misclick, I guess, and you wanted to sidestep, but heat smashes kind of track, and you are this close to Bryan. Also, if you're going to duck, maybe you were thinking that it will be a snake edge or something like D4 1 plus 2. I don't know if that, I don't know Bryan that much, but you got hit. Okay, so that's okay. I think I saw this with a tweet back then, or maybe in Xiaoyu Discord. One person said, block moves that will kill you. In this moment, maybe it's like maybe 40-ish health, and heat smashes are like 50 damage. So, and I think it's a counter hit as well. Okay, so just to prove my theory, I will be trying to block it. Okay, so you saw that I blocked that. Again, block what will kill you. Okay, a snake edge in this distance won't kill you because it's angled, it's near the wall, it's a tornado, right?
Round two. Fight.
Okay. Okay.
Round three.
Okay.
Fight.
I'll be going back to round two. There's only one mistake that I saw. You did Raccoon Swing, which is an okay punish, but you did this. Maybe it's a misclick, I don't know. But after the Raccoon Swing, I think you could do Mistrust. Okay, personally, what I would do is 3 plus 4. So I think that would deal more damage, and you can mix it up with standing, or you can transition 3 plus 4 with AOP. Now let's go to the third round.
Round three. Fight.
Okay, now you didn't anticipate the snake edge, and I can see in your inputs that you didn't even fuzzy duck that or hold DB. So how can I put it? It's not that it's your fault. I sometimes get hit by snake edges as well, but I think you need to react a little bit more, basically. Okay. I don't know about the Bryan, but he always gets hit with the second hit of before one. I don't know why. JK2L, you are literally walking. I know you maybe want to be a little bit more careful because you are both in rage modes, but don't hold your forward, okay? Don't walk.
Round four. Fight.
JK2L, you need to learn how to move more. Okay, let's watch round four. you, you hit him with a snake edge. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Oh my god, that's funny. Okay, let's continue it. I just want to see if the enemy will react to that. Okay, one more. Okay, it kind of did, but it's not a block, it's a move, but okay. Oh, okay. Okay. You could have done one more RDS2 with that. The RDS 1 to wall carry will be successful. I'll show it to you. Right? So, yes, just so you know. So let's continue the fight. Okay, that's a failed punish. Okay, maybe I think you anticipated that. That's why after the combo, you kind of I don't know if you I to be honest, I'm not sure if you anticipated that. Okay, but I think it's a failed opportunity because you wanted to do raccoon swing, or maybe you wanted to do a wall running three. Okay, so I'll try to whiff punish it. Okay, so there you go. I whiff punish it. So that's okay. You adapted really well with that. So there you go. Too bad Brian's hatchet kick is not like Dragonov's. So it's not like a stun. So yeah. Okay. I know it happened to me as well, but you need to react more when you're doing while standing two. Okay, here's the thing. If you're doing while standing two, there are going to be instances, right? So it's either you will get blocked and you can be in RDS or in the standing state. Number two, it will float the enemy, so you need your RDS2 to be ready. And the next one is it can be a counter hit. You need to be ready when it becomes a CH launcher. Okay? You like that move, so I like before one as well, so I won't be nitpicking that, but let's go. Okay. Okay, so you won that round, but you still did Snake Edge. Okay, I have a feeling with this one, or on what your playstyle is. You like to do moves because you like to do them. Your enemy is at that health. It's literally one hit, one poke, one mid, one low. And you still did the most risky low of Xiaoyu's move list. And that's okay, you won the round, but you can actually just go for d4 or just punish the enemy. So don't limit yourselves with moves that you want to do. Right? I know Snake Edge is pretty. You are literally risking your round or your match. Okay? So let's go with round 5. Good waning moon. Okay, that I think that's just an unlucky whiff, so that's fine. You drop the combo. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm not being sarcastic, by the way, because I experienced those stuff too. Okay, you saw your movement there? It's this awkward Tekken 7 style that you wanted to do. When you are in this state, you're both in neutral and you're doing neutral, but your Xiaoyu, you are doing something kind of wrong. You're doing something predictable. You're not using your AOP, you're not going to RDS. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Your neutral or standing state moves are one thing, but if you mix that up with RDS moves, with AOP moves, your opponent won't be able to know what your next move is. But since you are in just but since you're just in neutral, you are limiting your tools or your move list to, I don't know, like 70 moves rather than Xiaoyu's massive move list because of the AOP and the RDS moves. So that's why I tell you to dance, even with Hypnotist, which has like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 moves. Each stance, each state has different moves, and you're just standing, right? So let's continue. Again, I don't know why that Bryan is obsessed with hitting himself with the second hit of before one, but okay. Okay, so I think I had my comments there with the match. Now let's go to the 4 points. Okay, so I will be reading a section of your question again. Okay, so you said, so my issues at the moment is I often can't get close enough to do any attack. And if I do get close enough to attack, I get perfect block for all of my options. Also, I think I often, when tried to engage, I run into power guard moves. Example given versus King or versus Law. Why is hitting the enemy your issue? Let's say that this is, a fight. Xiaoyu versus Lili. Lili is a long distance character. She can launch you maybe at this range or maybe this range. Imagine that this is the start of the round. Instead of asking how can I hit her, I am should I you're like this. Should I do a Kun swing? Should I do this that? You are asking yourself, how can I hit? How can I hit her? Right. How about you ask yourself, how do I fight Lili? Get what I mean? It's like you're so busy trying to hit her that you are not analyzing what you need to do. So here's how I do it. Now let's watch a match of mine versus this character, a Lily. Okay. Okay, so we will now be watching a match of mine in quick match, and it's with a Lily player. And I just want you to see how my mind thinks. Okay? Now, like I said, Lily is a long distance character. Now, what I do or what I think is I look at the character, not the username, not the rank, not the prowess, not anything like that. Just Lily. What am I thinking? Recall every Lily player that you fought with. Okay? I'll give you an example. When I see Lily, I see so many types of Lily players and their goal. For example, I know a type of Lily player that does 3-1 and 3-2. I know a type of Lily player that does do glides or QCFs like so much. And I know a Lily player that activates heat and then consumes it like instantly. Now that I recalled those types of Lily players, I need to find that in this match, right? So let's just play it.
Round one. Round one. Fight.
Okay, so I'm using AOP and then canceling it. So she kind of walked forward and do three, right? She did a 3-2. Now I know that 3-2 and 3-1 are two different moves. 3-2 is a mid high, and then 3-1 is a mid mid. Since she did that, she will assume that once she does 3-1, which is a mid mid, that I will duck, and then I will get heat engaged. Now let's see what happens. Right? So it's a little bit of mind conditioning on her part, but I know how to counter that. So let's just continue. Okay, so for some reason she did Matterhorn. So I just whiff punished it with UB3. As you can see, I'm not the type of Xiaoyu player that does or that finishes combos. So you will see a lot in the video that I do so much more rather than just ending it with a combo ender. There are different. Every Xiaoyu player is different. So some finish the combo. I don't. Uh, so yeah, let's continue. That's guaranteed. RDS UF1 to AOP4 is guaranteed as long as you are in the right angle. Okay, now let's go to the second round.
Round two. Fight.
Okay, you can see that she's now starting to do uh, DF 3+4. Let's see what I will do. Okay, that's the second time. So earlier, she tried to do the 3-1 and 3-2, like twice. Now, she is not doing that anymore because she knows that I countered that. So basically, 3-1 and 3-2 is out of her options, at least in this round. Okay, so now she's trying to do DF 3+4, which is a long distance combo starter. So let's go. Okay, so as you can see, I am not I am not doing moves that I like. I am doing moves that I need. Right? In this moment, that move right there is +3. So that's why I did the fastest move with RDS, which is RDS 221. Now she blocked it. I did a dick jab. So I know that she is not fuzzy ducking or anything. So I did full crouch DB 2-1. and then I did RDS DB4 because if that's a counter hit, then I'll get a free B4 1, right? It doesn't mean that I want to do it. I do moves with purpose, right? So it didn't become CH, but I still did this one. To be honest, it's just muscle memory that I will do B4 1. So on hit, that was plus 3. Oh, okay. So it's plus 2. My B4 1 is at 11 frames. So I think while standing 4 is 12 frames. So because it didn't actually trade, or it didn't actually collided with my B4 1. So let's see. So I get the heat engage. Okay. So you might be thinking why I did spinner or 3 plus 4 or down 3 plus 4. That's basically just how I play. So basically, I just confused the enemy. I just use a tool of hers, which is not offensive and also not defensive, but it kind of confuses the opponent, right? So she did crouch, and then I did F2 1 2, which is a natural combo, and then I do a little combo to finish the round. Okay, let's go to round 3. Now we saw that this Lili liked to do 3 1 or 3 2, and then round 2 she didn't do it. Now her DF 3 plus 4 whiffed or was not successful with the second round. So let's see what will she do on the third round. Okay, now, as you can see, I'm dancing, and you can see the opponent hesitating, right? Okay, she's in RDS now. Okay, she's in AOP. Okay, she's in descending now. Okay, she is going far, right? So your enemy is kind of also dancing with their options. Okay, so let's continue. Now I went in, but since she's confused, she didn't do any attacks, right? Okay, so I floated, so that's fine. Okay, now I see that she wants to do 3 1 again, and she did DF 3 plus 4, which is also a whiff, which became a whiff again. I tried to punish. Okay, now she did a very unsafe low, but I know how to parry it. Alright? Okay, and here's what I'm telling you. She wants to do the 3 1 in Heat Engager, even though she knows that I know how to counter it. But because she wants to, she constantly does the move and fails every damn time. With this sequence, okay, I did that. I didn't want to do that, but I need it for a slow wall carry. And then I did this. I did a spinner. She is not waking up, so that's why I need to do the FF3. Because if I do 3 plus 4, she can side roll it. So I just went for the raccoon swing because I know that that will kind of track when the enemy rolls. And I did the low parry because maybe she will do a low parry, but I did try to sidestep. I did try to throw her, and then I did try to throw her again. And that's a mistake of mine, so let's just continue. I blocked that again, and then I punished that. Now I continue the pressure. I'm at plus 12, so I am continuing the pressure. I did 1 plus 2, which is an I-17 move, but since I'm at plus 12, if the opponent mashes, even a low, she will get hit. Now, I'm at plus 3 because she blocked it. Now what I did is I do RDS 221. Okay, she tried to jab it. She tried to DF1 it. Okay, that's unnecessary. I was thinking that maybe she will do DF3 plus 4 at that range. Okay, since canceling AOP side roll will give me to while standing stance, I just went with WS 1-4. Okay, okay, that's a good punish, right? So good punish from her, but she didn't continue it because maybe she is hesitating that maybe she wants to hit confirm 3-1 or 3-2. So again, it's like okay, that wasn't successful, so okay, I'll try to do it again. And then she forgot that I know that both options can be parried, right? So I'm a plus again. Good punish from her. Okay. Okay, so we won't be finishing the match. So that's what I meant about you need to analyze what type of player is this. If I know what type of Lili player she is, I will be able to counter her playstyle at any range, right? Lili tried to launch me with DF3 plus 4 at a long range. She didn't succeed. So that's how you deal with a close, mid, or long range opponents. Your goal should not be hitting them, your goal should be fighting them. Okay? Now let's go to the next point. Okay, so next point or next question is how to deal with Bryan. Now, similar to what I said with number one, you need to collect every Bryan player that you've fought with. Now, there are different types of Bryan players. First type would be the one that does orbital, and that's a low crush move. I know a Bryan player that does delayed machine guns. Okay. Now another type is a Bryan that uses a taunt mix-up, like that. So now since I collected those types of players that I know, I'm pretty sure there's more, then that's what I will find when I'm fighting a Bryan, right? Just for an example, I don't do AOP that much with June, Asuka, or Jin because they have D3 plus 4, which cannot be butterflied or cannot be AOP'd. Now, I don't have any matches with any Bryan, so I can't give you footage of it. So my tip would be you need to learn your range that you are safe. His Bryan's orbital is kind of point blank. Some of his launchers, like Snake Edge, have long distance. It has a long build up, but you need to train yourself to block that. You also need to realize that, okay, a lot of Bryans do hatchets and they love to spam that and does a lot of damage on hit. Bryan has a lot of fake outs as well, has a lot of feints. So I suggest you study those and then you can option select that. So I will be showing you what I meant by that with Dragonov. I picked Dragonov because that's the one I know, but I need you to do the same thing with Bryan. You need to go to practice mode, find out what are his plus frames, or watch other Bryan players what they are doing with Bryan. Okay, so if they do sidestep, maybe they do something like this, or after this, maybe they do that. There are literally thousands of playstyles. There is usually a common way to play a certain character, just like with Dragunov. Dragunov players tend to mix up while running 2, D2, and then while standing 2. Part of it is kind of learning the matchup. I'll give you an example right now, and these are the commands. It's back 4 to 1 plus 2 with a Dragunov and back 4 to 1. Now, both can be countered, right? So it's kind of like an option select, and similar to what I did with the Lili earlier, I countered her 3-1 and 3-2. because I know that. If you can do the same with Bryan, then with each feint, with each transition or anything like that, you will be able to counter that. Okay, just like with Kazuya. Kazuya has a Hell Sweep, and that's why I studied how to fuzzy duck, and now I am not enraged anymore that I get swept by the Hell Sweep, right? Videos like this or any video that you see is not going to be like this is how you foolproof your matches, right? Part of it, part of the movement, part of the character knowledge, you also need experience and matchup knowledge. So, like I am always saying, collect every type of player that you know with a certain character and instill that in your mind and in at the beginning of the match. Okay, with Dragonov, I know that there are players that do the wild running too, like every time. So I need to be careful with that because wild running 2 will hit AOP if I'm not careful, right? Now that's how you deal with Bryan and basically everyone in the character list. Now the next question is kind of easy. There is so much to learn. Okay, so what are the mechanics of Tekken 8? You have Heat Smash, you have Heat Dash, you have Heat Bursts, you have Rage Arts, you have Homing Throws, you have Command Throws, you have this and that. Now, there's so much to learn, and learning is by doing it or by experiencing it. So, it's a new game. It's a different type of game than Tekken 7. It's a different type of game than Tekken 6, 5, Tekken Tag 2, whatever it is. And it keeps the game fresh. It keeps the gameplay fresh. So you need to learn it again. If you want to play Tekken 5, then go play Tekken 5. But we are now in Tekken 8. Now, once you learn all of those mechanics with your own character, then learn how to counter that with some of the characters, right? Not everyone. Don't torture yourself. Now, next is neutral offense. I'll just go back to the question. I would like to know what would you use in neutral as an offense. I have seen keep out moves, but just wanted to know what do you use very often. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, so that's not that hard. So I'll just go to practice mode. Sorry, it's been a long day. Now I'll just be showing you the moves that I like to do in neutral, not with any stance. Uh, because that's what the question asks. So basically, I do this 3+4 because I can transition that to AOP, and on counter hit, it will be a launcher. Okay. Now, on counter hit, this is just a little tip. On counter hit, when you are when you countered the hit on standing phase, I just do Raccoon Swing or I just do F3-1. Now, if I transition it to AOP, I'll just go with AOP4. Now, the reason why I like 3+4 is it's very safe. Now, I'll go with a block all. That is just -1. And if I transition it, it will be at 0. We will be both in neutral. But standing up from AOP will be at 10 frames, so be wary of that. Now, next move that I like to do in neutral. Next, what I like to do is SS4. And I don't usually do this, right? You can see a lot of Xiaoyu players do that, and that's because once you sidestep and you do SS4, it's kind of a mind condition that when they see you sidestep, they will duck and they will just go with 1+2. Even though it's safe, I personally don't use it that much. So I would just go for SS4, and on counter hit, it's also a launcher. Okay? Now, Another one that I would like to do is FF1D because once it hits, this one is guaranteed, even if it's not a counter hit. So next is, of course, B41. That's my favorite heat engager. I know that there are people that would suggest F1 plus 2, but that is minus 16 on block, so I don't do that unless I'm sure that I will hit it, right? Next thing that I do is one of the comments moves that they mentioned, and that is DF1. And I don't do that out of the blue. I do that after this. Okay? I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be deep diving on my mindset or psychological thing. Okay, next is my keep out move. In neutral, I won't be discussing stances because you just said neutral. So this one, it's F4 because on normal hit, it will be guaranteed for your heat engager, which is before one. And at and when the opponent blocks it, you will be actually at plus one. So this one will be at 12 frames. Next move is DB2. I don't use these with enemies that are launcher reliant. I don't use this move with characters like Kuma because Kuma has a hop kick, and one of his playstyle or one of his main playstyle is to hop kick. So as much as possible, I don't do it that much, right? Now, of course, while in neutral, I would go with the while running three. It's very safe, and it is a low crush, and it's also a launcher, right? So sometimes if I'm in the mood, I would go for FF4. It's safe. It's plus 9, but it's still a high, and I don't want to be ducked with that. Now on heat, I would like to do this and this. Now, of course, there's the poke, which is one down two. I just go for the RDS option. I rarely do this because I want this move. Okay. Now another neutral is my Whiff Punisher, my favorite Whiff Punisher, and that is UB3. No need for me to explain that, right? So there you go. That's how I do offense in neutral. Every shadow player is a different playstyle. Okay, so you won't see me doing raccoon swing because to be honest, I hate raccoon swing. I hate the change that they did with raccoon swing here in Tekken 8, but it's still a good move. I still sometimes use it, but it's it's not on my top 10 basically. Now, for all of you that asked the question, I hope I answered your question. JK2L, I hope the match analysis helped you. I hope this video will on how to fight and adapt to enemies rather than you stressing yourself out how can you hit them, where the real question is how do you fight them. So I hope this is helpful to everyone that's watching. Thank you. If you have a question, comment down below, and I'll see if I'll make a video or I'll just answer as always. Okay? So thank you and see you in the next video. Bye!